Hi everyone. Okay, so let me show you another real world deployment scenario. In this case, we have two firewall. It can be active and it can be active passive, means one primary and second secondary. Okay, so in this case, we have two firewall and similarly we have two Nexus switches. In real world, you will find Nexus switches where they will configure VPC or you will find VSS. These two are mostly deployed in real world. Because VSS is not possible virtually, so I will show you VPC between these two Nexus switches. Internal, we have one switch. I will show you another deployment where we have more than one internal switches, more than one external switches, and more than one ISP. However, in this case, we have only one internet service provider, two firewall, and two core switches. So let's start. I'm gonna start from the internal switch. Okay, so this is our internal switch, nothing is configured. So let me clear the screen and let's go to enable, let's go to config, and let me change the host name to internal. Okay, next thing we need to create two VLAN. Okay, so VLAN 10, in this case it can be many VLAN. Okay, and VLAN 20, and exit from here. So I create two VLAN, one for PC1, another for PC2, and in this way you can create as many you want. Now let me put these interfaces and these VLAN. Okay, so interface G0/2 switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 10. Okay, so it will go to VLAN 10. Similarly, exit and interface G0/3. Let me type 0/3. 0/3 switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 20. Okay, and no shutdown in case if it is down the interface. So two VLAN are created and then I put the interfaces in the proper VLAN. After that, I need to create ether channel to these two switches. Okay, this is the beauty of Nexus switches, that you can create ether channel. Basically, this internal switch will see these two switches as a one. Okay, however, so I need to create ether channel here, 00 and 0/1, these two port. So let me exit from here, interface range G0/0 and -1. Okay, switch port trunk encapsulation.1q, switch port mode trunk, and channel protocol is LACP, and channel mode, so channel group, I will give them 10 because here I put 10. Okay, so you can see I say 10 and mode is active. It can be active and it can be passive, whatever you like. Okay, and then no shutdown because the other side is not created, so that's why the port will be shut down. As you can see, that is suspended because LACP is currently not enabled on the remote port. It's okay because we haven't configured on the other side. After this, I need to exit from here and interface port channel. So port channel, so I give them which number? 10. So let me go to this port channel 10 and do the same thing, switch port trunk encapsulation.1q and switch port mode trunk. Okay, and switch port trunk allowed VLAN. In our case, we have only two VLAN, so those VLAN 10 and 20. Okay, so I create because I create only two VLAN, so I allowed those two VLAN through the trunk port. Okay, and no shutdown as well. It will give error because the other side is not configured. Okay, and exit from here. So this was the configuration from the internal switch. We create two VLAN. By the way, let's verify everything. So show VLAN brief. So I created two VLAN 10 and 20 and I put these two port 2 and VLAN 10 and port 3 and VLAN 20. After that, I create show interface trunk. Okay, because it's not showing, it's down, and show ether channel summary. So I create ether channel 00 and 0/1, these two, but it says suspended. S means is suspended because the other side is not created, and the protocol is LACP, and this is port channel number. Okay, we create this one. And if you want to verify, show running interface, so let's go to this interface, and here is similar configuration you will find, and 0/1 as well. Okay, and also you can verify port channel 10 as well, and here is, so everything is okay from this internal switch. So let me close this one, and now let's move to the IN switch 1, and IN means core switch 1 and core switch 2. Okay, we need to configure VPC here. We need to make them logically 1. Okay, physically it's showing 2 switches, but logically it will be 1. So let's go to IN switch 1. Okay, and type here skip. It's first time boot, so you need to type skip here, and let's go to internal switch 1. Okay, so we need to configure VPC. So here I give them management port, we will use this one, and 10.1.1.1 IP, and this side 10.10.10.1.1.2, and these two will be a port channel, and we will put them as a peer link. Okay, so let's go to our switch. Yeah, so let me log in admin, and there is no password. Until that time, let me configure this one. So let's go to config T, and host name IN switch 1. Okay, and after that I need to enable 2 feature. Okay, so let me enable feature VPC, and another feature which I will use is LACP, because we configure LACP on this side. So 2 feature has been enabled. Now let's go to interface management, which is management 0. I'm talking about this interface. Okay, and I will assign IP address. So the IP address we decide 10.1.1 this side. Okay, and /24. Sorry, there is no space, and no shutdown, and exit from here. So I configure this side, the management. Okay, now these 2 interfaces, but before that I need to create a domain name. So let me clear the screen, and VPC domain, and you can give them any number. In this case, let's give them a 1. Okay, and after that I need to give them priorities to put them this switch as a primary. So role priority, suppose 20, I give them 20, and pair keep alive. So our keep alive is this interface management we are using for this purpose. So the destination IP, which is not yet set, but we will set this IP 10.1.1.2. So 10.1.1.2, and source will be 10.1.1. So let me copy this one, 1, and VRF I'm using management for this purpose. You can create a separate VRF for this purpose, but we are using the default management one, and exit from here. So VPC domain is done on this side. Okay, so I assign the IP address to the management interface, then I create a VPC domain. Okay, let me clear this one. Next, the interfaces, these 2 interfaces, 1 and 1.2. Okay, I need to make a port channel. So interface, no need of range command, and next is, you just need to type. So Ethernet 1/1-2. I'm talking about these 2 interfaces, 1/1 and 1/2. So this is the way to type in, and next is switches, and then switch port mode trunk. Okay, and switch port trunk allowed VLAN 10 and 20. In our case, we have only 2 VLAN. If you have more, you need to type those. And spanning tree port type network. Okay, and channel group So let me go what channel group we decide. Port channel 1, so we need to give them 1 and mode is active. Okay, and no shutdown. After no shutdown, I need to go to the port channel. I'm configuring this side. Okay, so let me, okay, no shutdown and exit from here. Let me clear the screen and let's go to interface. Port channel 1, we just create port channel 1, and similarly switch port mode trunk, and switch port trunk allowed VLAN 10 and 20, and spanning tree port type network. Okay, and this is not our normal port channel, this is peer link, so I need to type VPC is for peer link, and no shutdown and exit from here. Okay, so let me no shutdown, exit from here. Next thing, I need to create two VLAN, similar those VLAN, so VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. So I create two VLAN as well. After that, now let's start to configure port channel, this one 1/3. I done with the management IP. I create a port channel between these two switches. Okay, and now I need to create another port channel here 1/3, which is going to the internal switch. Okay, so interface Ethernet. What was the Ethernet? 1/3. Okay, and channel group, let's see which group we want to assign them. Okay, so it will be 10. So let me give them 10 and mode is active. Okay, and after that, no shutdown and exit from here. Interface port channel 10, which we just created. Let's go to that port channel, this one, the one we give them, this one. Okay, and under that, no shutdown, switch port mode trunk, switch port trunk allowed VLAN 10 and 20, and VPC, let's give them the same number. It can be any other number. Okay, so let me give them VPC 10 and exit from here. So I create this one. Also, I have 1/4 which going to firewall 1 and 1/5 which is going to firewall 2. But this port channel will be 200 and this port channel will be 210. So I need to create a 2 more port channel. Okay, so I am now, let's configure 1/4. So let's go to interface Ethernet 1/4, this one. Okay, this will be port channel 200. So channel group 200 mode, 200 mode active, no shutdown. Okay, just wait for a while, it's taking time, and then exit from here. Interface port channel 200, the same port channel, switch port mode trunk. Okay, switch port trunk allowed VLAN 10 and 20, and VPC is 200. We give them the same number, so it will be easy to distinguish. Otherwise you can give them anything. Okay, and no shutdown. Similarly, I need to do the same thing for port number 5 as well. I believe is this one. 1/5 is going to firewall 2, so its port channel will be 210. Okay, interface port channel, sorry, I need to go to interface first. So interface E1/5, and I need to channel group 210. Let me verify. If it is wrong, then it will not work. 210, yes, 210, and mode is active, no shutdown. Okay, and exit from here. Interface port channel 210, the one which we just created, and do the same thing. It should be switch port, and it's switch port mode trunk. Okay, and switch port trunk allowed VLAN 10 and 20, and VPC will be 210. Okay, and no shutdown, and exit from here. That's it. This was the configuration. So what we done, we create a port channel for peer link between these two switches. We assign IP address to the management. Okay, and after that, by the way, let's ping from this. Okay, the other side is not configured. And then I create a port channel 1/3 which going to internal, and then I create a port channel 1/4 going to firewall 1. Then I create a port channel 210 going to firewall 2. Okay, similarly we need to configure the same way and IN switch 2. So now the switch restarted. Okay, now this time it's working. So I change, and let me enable these two features. Okay, after these two features, I need to assign management IP. If you remember, we assign IP 10.1.1 to this side. Okay, so let me copy and paste. After management IP, we need to create a domain, the same number which we create on the other side. However, the destination will be 10.1.1 switch 1 IP, and source is this IP. Okay, and VRF management. So let me copy and paste. Okay, next thing, 1 and 2 interface. These two interface will be the peer link. So let's go to this one, E1 and E2, port channel 1. Okay, so this is port channel 1. Here is, and then, and let me copy and paste. By the way, let me do it up to this point. So let me copy and paste. So I say interface 1/1 and 1/2, mode trunk, VLAN 10 and 20, switch port mode trunk, and channel group 1. Okay, and now I need to go to port channel 1 and apply the same thing. Let me copy and paste, and this is our peer link. Okay, and after that I need to exit and create 2 VLAN. So let me exit from here, and let's create 2 VLAN. After the VLAN, I need to create another port channel 1/3, this one, which is going to internal. Similarly, I done on the other side as well. And let me copy. Okay, and let's go to here and paste. Okay, next thing, I need to do 1/5. 1/5 is this one. 1/5 is going to firewall 1. Okay, so let me go to 1/5 and copy, and let's go to exit this one and paste. So 1/5 is done, this one. Okay, next thing is 1/4. 1/4 is this one, which is port channel 210 going to firewall 2. Okay, and we are done with this side as well. So let me copy. Let me copy this one, and let's go to here, exit and paste. That's it. So this was the VPC configuration on these two switches. Okay, let me exit from here. And after that, when these two are done, okay, let's verify. By the way, it's better to verify. So first thing, I need to ping 10.1.2, which is the other side, VRF management. So I can ping the other side. Show VPC. Okay, and there is a show VPC brief. So here it's okay. Domain is ID is 1, and this one is okay. Peer link is alive, successful, and this is a primary device, and the other side will be the secondary, even though it's logically one switch. Okay, so let me here, and here you can see it's a secondary, and everything is okay. That's it. So this was the configuration of these three switches. By the way, we need to verify the port channel as well. So let's go to this switch, and the port channel is okay or not. So here we need to type show ether channel summary. So it should be okay. Yeah, so it's P means it's okay, bundle and port channel. So these two port of this switch, one going to switch 1, another going to switch 2. This is the beauty of Nexus switches. Even these are different switches, but this internal switch look them as a one switch. So this internal switch means it's connected two interfaces to like a one switch. Okay, so that's why the port channel is okay. On the other side, you can verify from here as well. Show port channel summary. Here we call them port channel summary. So here this one is port channel 1 between two switches, and this one is 1/3, which is 10 going down. The other two are suspended, which is this one 1/4 and 1/5, because we haven't configured on the firewall side. So let's go to firewall. Okay, admin, there is no password. 123 new password, 123 new password. Go to config, not config, what is the port number? This one, port number 6. Config system interface and edit port number 6. Okay, and set IP 200/24, and there is a space, set IP. Okay, this shouldn't be okay. I put the wrong IP. This should be 192.168 and 114.200. Okay, and set allow access HTTPS ping SSH and enter. Okay, so we are done with this switch. This firewall. Let's go to this firewall. Okay, admin 123 config system interface, edit port number 6 and set IP 210 and set allow access HTTP ping SSH and end, and we are done. So let's access this firewall. Let me access the first firewall. This will be the primary firewall. So let me type this IP here, 200, and admin password is 123. Now begin, and let me give them a name, firewall 1. Okay, and now let's start. Go to network interfaces, and as per our topology, so this port number 6 is management. So let's go to port number 6 and give them a name, MGMT. Okay, and these two link will be the HA1 and HA2, 2 and 3. So let's go to 2, HA1, and port number 3, HA2. Okay, HA1, HA2. Next, the port number 1 will be WAN. So let's go to port number 1 and WAN, and let me define the role WAN manual. Okay, uncheck these things, we don't need. So it get IP automatically from this cloud, okay, from the internet, and click OK. And what else? Yeah, port number 4 and 5, these will be the ether channel. So port number 4, I will give them link 1, just to give them the name, so it will be easy for us. And 5 will be link 2. So this is the first thing. It's better to give them name HA1, HA2, link 1, link 2, management, and WAN. So we are done. WAN is already configured. It's get IP automatically from this cloud. Okay, and I didn't make them manual and just allowed ping. This one is done. Now coming to this one, this port channel to configure these two. So 5 and 4 and 5. So what I can do, create an interface, and here aggregate in, whatever the name you want to give them. So I say aggregate n and change this to this one, and the interface is, because I give them a name, link 1 and link 2, port 4 and 5, these two. Yeah, okay. And after that, just don't need to assign any IP, do nothing, and click OK. So the port channel is configured. Okay, under the port channel, because this will be the gateway for VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 as well. For it can be many VLAN in this case. So VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, the gateway will be firewall. So inside will be, we will give them the range 192.168.10 and 192.168.20. So the gateway will be firewall 1. So let's create two VLAN under this aggregate. Okay, so click create new interface, VLAN 10. Okay, copy and paste, give them VLAN 10, type VLAN 10, interface, choose aggregate, we just create, and type here 10. Okay, and here the IP address. So I say the last IP 192.168 for this one. The gateway will be for this PC, this firewall. Okay, so I say 192.168.10.254 and just allowed ping. Okay, and click OK. So under this aggregate, we create VLAN 10. Similarly, you need to create another VLAN. VLAN 20 and choose aggregate, and here 20. And this is 20.254 and ping allowed and click OK. Similarly, in real world, you will be more VLAN. So you need to repeat the same task. In our case, I just take 2 as an example, but in real world, you will find more. So you need to create similarly. Okay, aggregate first, there is no IP, and then under these aggregate, we create sub interfaces VLAN, and we assign them the gateway. So this part is done. Okay, next what we need to do. Okay, we need to create HA. However, let's create a DNS. So DNS, let me specify so I configure the DNS as well, then the static route. So static route, it will go to the gateway. This is our gateway. So let me create here, which is WAN link, and the gateway will be 172.629.254 is basically this one. Okay, and click OK. So the gateway is configured. Next, we need to create a policies. So create new VLAN 10 policy. So let's click on, if VLAN 10 is going to outside WAN 1, source can be anything, destination can be anything, services can be anything, net is enabled, and all session, and click OK. So VLAN 10 is allowed. Let me copy and let me repeat the same for VLAN 20. In real world, you need to repeat the same. VLAN 20 policy. Just change this VLAN 20 and enable this one, and we are done. So 2 policies are allowed for VLAN 10 and 20 to go outside. Okay. Next, now let's go to system and configure HA. Let's go to from standby to active passive, and 120, whatever you want to give them, HA group, and change this one 1 2 3 4 5 6, and monitor interface the WAN link. I want to monitor this interface. Okay, and heartbeat, we have two, H1 and H2. So port 1 is more, and the other one, we know, we discussed this in NSE4, and we are done. Active passive, and this should be, you see, the device with the highest priority more likely to become HA primary. So this is 128, and click OK. Okay, now let's open the other one. This is the second firewall, this one. Here admin 123 and begin. This is firewall 2. Okay. And here it's better to give them the name to the interfaces quickly. Interfaces port 1. We know this will be the WAN link, and uncheck these things. Okay, click OK. Let's go back again. WAN and change this to WAN and click OK. Similarly, port number 2 and 3 is HA1 and HA2. Okay, HA1 and port number 3 HA2. No need, but just to 4 and 5 will be this one. 4 and 5 will be the ether channel. So let me give them link 1 and 5 is link 2. Done. And finally we have port number 6 MGMT. Name are better. Okay. After that, you don't need to do anything on firewall 2. Just go straight away to system. Let's go to HA, and from standby to active passive, let's give them less and HA group and change the password 123456, and monitor interface is WAN and heartbeat is HA1 and HA2, and give them this one more priority and click OK. And just wait for a while so that these two switch become HA. Okay, after a while. So this one is synchronized, this one is the primary one. Okay, 200, which is firewall 1, and the other one is secondary. Okay, but it's not sync yet, so we need to wait for a while. And let's go back. What else we need to do? Okay, so I configure this one till that time has become sync, so we need to go to PC1 to configure the IP address. So right click here, network manager. Okay, properties, and let me type the IP 10.1 and gateway will be 254. We just configure. And this is our DNS. Click OK and connect. Similarly, let's go to PC2. Right click, let's go to network manager, properties, static IP 20.2 and gateway 254, and this is DNS. Click OK and connect. Let's go back to this one. Okay, and right click terminal, fconfig, yes, and then route. So gateway is okay. And now let me ping my gateway. So yes, I can ping my gateway. So there is no issue from here. The traffic is reaching up to this sub interface, which we configure. Up to this point, there is no issue. This one, 10.254. By the way, let's go to HA and let's see is sync or not yet. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, yeah, not yet. It will take some more time. Okay, and we need to wait for a while. However, my traffic is reaching up to this point, so there is no issue. So we need to wait for a while. Okay, this device will not be accessible anymore. Okay, so it's okay, and we need to wait. Okay, similarly, let's go to PC2 as well, and let's go to terminal and fconfig. So this is 20.2 and route is 20.254. And let's ping. Okay, so I'm reachable to the gateway. It's here, this sub interface. So up to this point, there is no issue. Okay, next, my traffic has to go out, but we need to wait that these devices are sync or not yet. Okay, still there is an issue. However, it will take some more time. Sometime you need to restart the device, firewall 2. However, the better way is just wait for a while. It will take some time and then it will show you that it's synchronized. So let's see now. Anyway, till that time we can test our traffic. Ping 8.8.8. Yes, so I can go out now. And let me clear this one and ping yahoo.com. So yes, my traffic is going, and we can verify from here. Let's go to FortiView source. So 10.1 and 20.2. Okay, and destination, if you go out, that will show you. And the policy, it had two policy, WAN 10 and VLAN 20 policy. And this is our session which created for DNS traffic. Okay, and similarly logs and report forwarding traffic. So you will see forwarding traffic after a while here. However, we verify from here it's working and the traffic is going out. Okay, and let's go back to system, and HA is done or not yet. Yeah, I sync now. So this is primary and this is secondary, and from here the traffic is going. And next thing is the verification. Okay, so now this firewall is the primary one. So the traffic is going like this because this is the primary switch. Okay, and is going out like this and is coming this way. So it's using this way and everything is working. Maybe suddenly this firewall is down. So let's see now. Okay, or maybe this WAN link is suspended. Maybe this port is down, the WAN. So in firewall 1 we say that monitor this one. If you go to edit, so it's WAN. Okay, and which firewall is now the primary? This one. So suppose firewall 1, this link for some reason is suspended. After a while this firewall 2 will become the primary one, but there will be no drop in the traffic. And you can see is log out, and if I log in, this time it will be firewall 2 is a primary. Okay, and here is on the top is firewall 2. So firewall 2 on the top is now the primary one, and the traffic, it has to go now. There shouldn't be any issue. So let me stop and do it again. Okay, so there is a small delay. It shouldn't be like this. Sometime it will show you like this. If I try from this one, ping. Okay, maybe this firewall is, let's go to the policy, is done or not. Sometime it's taking time, so it should be properly working. So let's go to policy and object. Yeah, so the policies are there and it's synchronized as well. There is no issue. Interfaces, yeah, it's okay. Everything is working. DNS is also okay. Static route is also okay. So there shouldn't be any issue. Yeah, it's okay now. It's a simulation, so that's why sometimes it's taking time. So now this issue is okay. Maybe if I resume this link, still firewall 2 will be the primary one. So if I go back to system and HA, okay, so still firewall 2, it's okay, because let me suspend this to the traffic will go back to firewall 1. Okay, and after refresh, let's see now. So firewall 1 will become, right now firewall 2 is the primary one. Okay, so let's test this one and refresh. So firewall 1 will become the primary one again, and there is no drop in the traffic. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so firewall 1 become the primary one again. Okay, and let me resume this link again. Anyway, firewall 1 is the primary. So this issue is okay. We have two gateway. If one is down, the other one will active. Yeah. However, still we have only one ISP. If one ISP is down, so we don't have the another one. That is a separate issue we will discuss in the another deployment. Now coming to this switches. As I say, in this switches, one is primary like the firewall. Okay. If I say show VPC brief, so this one is the primary one. Even though both are the one switch like a one. So if this switch is down, the traffic will still go like a firewall through this switch. Okay. So this is the real world deployment scenario. However, still there is something missing. We have only one ISP, single point of failure. We have only one external switch, single point of failure. we have only one internal switch, single point of failure, and which we will cover in next topology.